Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Citizens of the Frontier. Today we'll be talking about exactly what the hell our title means. Citizens of the Frontier, an updated old school Star Frontiers actual play. Let's break it down. Star Frontiers is a sci-fi RPG from the early 80s, put out by TSR. Actual play is you will eventually, once we start broadcasting them, be watching actual play sessions of our mini campaign or however long it goes of a Star Frontiers game. These will be broadcast live, uh, and then up on the channel for whenever you want to watch them. We'll be doing this every 2 weeks, every other Wednesday, starting this Wednesday, December 9th of 2020. But the first part, updated old school. What the hell does updated old school mean? Old school is pretty obvious. It's a game from the 80s. It is an old game. Rules are usually, any old school game, the rules are usually pretty simple, unless you're playing Traveller. They're pretty straightforward. They're not very crunchy. I like old school gaming because the rules don't get really much in the way of storytelling and gameplay. You can just kind of go through. You don't have to stop and pick out you know a slide ruler and a mechanical calculator to finish your action round. There's no measuring, and there's no miniatures, or it's a simple friends around the table, slice of pizza, bottle of Mountain Dew, kind of beer and pretzels variety of gameplay, which is fun, which is great. But this isn't the 1980s anymore. And for any role player as old enough to remember the 80s and who are still role playing today, you realize that role playing games in general have matured a lot over the last 40 years. um, they have become deeper. They've become more complex. They've become richer, a lot more interesting, a lot more detailed. Uh, Back in the day, if you'd know exactly who the villain of your narrative was because he was the only NPC that had a name and that the keeper gave a description of. You would literally go adventure after adventure after adventure and not know the name or the race of the person sending you on these adventures in Star Frontiers because it just wasn't important. All of those little details were just glossed over. A lot of my old school Star Frontiers experiences, the characters were basically mercenaries, doing whatever they needed to do, whatever they were told to do, just to complete their mission and get a nice pile of credits at the end of the day, so they could upgrade their weapons, equipment, buy a ship, and it was the sci-fi equivalent of kill the dragon, take its treasure. Uh, but we're going to try and do something a little bit more interesting this time. For our updated old school, we will be creating a rich environment of dynamic NPCs with fleshed out with their own agenda, and create a thriving, living, breathing universe for our players to be a part of. The plots are going to be more complex than simply find this missing person, rescue this team that has crashed in this jungle, or eliminate this enemy position out in the jungle. I mean, we may be doing all of that, but it's going to be a little bit uh, deeper. There's going to be lots of undercurrents. I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that my players, who are all seem a great bunch of mature role players, mature and experienced role players, will be able to read between the lines and see that there's a lot more going on than just what they've been told is going on, and what they've been asked to do. I'm hoping they'll start to make their own decisions about what's going on, and dive into some of the deeper intrigues I have planned in the game. I am primarily a Call of Cthulhu author, which is basically horror mystery. A lot of investigation, a lot of clues, a lot of NPCs that you talk to and question, and some of them are witnesses, and some of them are victims, and some of them are villains, and the lines between all of those groups can often be very blurred. You don't have to fit in one category. I'm going to try and bring some of that dynamic to a Star Frontiers game and see how that goes. I've dipped my toe in the water a little bit. I've run one or two mini Star Frontier games in the last year, and I've used this approach, and I think it worked very well. This is the first time I'm going to be doing it, from the foundation of the game with a whole new set of players. I've been asking my players for more information about their characters. Tell me a little bit about your background. Give me some anecdotes. And they're slowly waking up to that this is not going to be the standard, shoot the alien, earn the money, buy the new laser kind of game, which I'm very, very excited about. So yeah, that's what we're going to be trying to do with updated Old School, and we're going to see how that works. We're all going to find out together. Yeah, I'm encouraged. I'm excited. This could all blow up in my face. Is it possible that Star Frontiers is too bare bone a system, too action oriented, to really delve into politics and drama and character development and long story arcs and a network of well-established recurring NPCs throughout the campaign universe? We'll see. We're all going to find out together, and I think it'll be an exciting journey for all of us. Okay, so that's Old School. That's updated Old School in a nutshell, and we're all going to test this theory together on this channel. Hope you come with us for that journey. And until next time, be safe, citizens.